Hello and welcome to Utterly Geek, a weekly podcast hosted by me, Darren Bell, and I'm joined by my friends Christopher Walczyk and Stephen Petrella.
Hello.
We talk about video games and dick jokes.
Yeah, all kinds of dick jokes.
Oh yeah, dick
Other
jokes.
things that might be going on in the entertainment sphere. It's been a bit. Summer is upon us, and so there was a holiday last week, so nothing happened on our end. We were all busy burning our fingers on fireworks. So
I didn't even touch fireworks, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, sparklers.
Not even that. I did no fireworks watching only because I had to dog sit. So
yeah,
it was a lot of rubbing bellies and making sure dogs were not freaking out and running the fuck out of the apartment. So
I'm talking about sparklers though. I got the worst burn in my life.
Oh shit.
From a damn sparkler. It's been like that for about a week. I've got a little bandage over it. Doesn't look good, but trust me, if I peel this thing up, it's a horror show of viscera.
Jesus. God
yeah. It's getting better though.
Sparklers, man.
And they've like kind of, at least for some sparklers, I don't know if it was like a weird off-brand or some shit, but
oh, it definitely was.
Okay, yeah, because the sparklers I used last year, it was like I had my hand like pretty fucking close to it, and I was like, wow, it's like I'm not even feeling anything almost.
No,
like
these were those cheap ass ones with the metal rod.
Oh.
When I was a kid, we'd call them the electric ones because it just looks like a spark going down the line. They last like 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I just had like a regular Bic lighter, and I lit it, and however it lit, it just spit sparks all over my damn thumb.
Oh, shit.
It's been over a week now, and it's still pretty painful. So I'm curious about
me
that.
To kiss it?
Want
me to kiss your dick?
Yeah, no. Sorry.
Hey, there's our first one of the
There's
evening.
the dick
Hello.
jokes. Hey guys,
Welcome back to the podcast.
we've been doing it all night long.
But yeah, there's been a number of things played and things done since the past 2 weeks. I guess I'll start since I don't really have that much.
Yeah, sure.
Finally wrapped up Wolfenstein: The New Order on 4th of July.
Nice.
Which, if you've ever played that game, that is probably the best day to finish that fucking game.
Yeah.
We're going to get a little bit into spoilery territory here, especially if you care about the character Jay. His send-off in that game is fucking beautiful. Because Jay is obviously Jimi Hendrix.
Right.
And they're attacking your home base and blah, blah, blah. And you're sneaking out and you run into Jay. And BJ and Jay have always had kind of a clash against each other.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of frenemies. They don't really get along, but they're on the same side. And BJ's sneaking out. He's like, yo, come on, get up in the vent. We can go. He's like, no, man, this is my war. This is my time to fight. And he's got all these speakers behind him, and he starts playing the fucking national anthem as loud as he fucking can in true Jimi Hendrix form. Because if you remember Woodstock 69, that was when he played the national anthem and lit his guitar on fire.
Yep.
So he starts blasting the national anthem, and he's wired through Berlin's PA system. So he's blaring the U.S. national anthem as the Nazis kick down the door and just murder his ass.
Yeah.
And the very ending of the game is basically B.J. Blazkowicz reciting the placard from the Statue of Liberty. Is one of the main female characters is holding a lamp to lead a whole bunch of people just broken out of a concentration camp. And it's just so fucking like, oh man, American ideals.
Yep.
Like this is what America is about.
Yep.
Fucking fuck those Nazis. Let's nuke this base. Fuck. And it has me really, really excited for the sequel now.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't want to play the old Blood though. Because I know it will go back. It's like during the actual war.
Yeah, from what I heard, it's more Wolfenstein. Like, it's not as amazing as New Order, but it's more Wolfenstein, and it's still fun to play.
Right, which at the time it came out, like, what, a year after after New Order came out? Like, yeah, that probably would have been good. Just right now, I'm not eager to leap back into it.
Yeah. Plus, you got Doom, son, that you said.
Well, yeah, eventually. I'll get to it.
Always with the word
Ow,
eventually.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, instead, I took a look at the PlayStation sale,
Okay.
and I was able to grab, what was it? Ratchet and Clank,
Nice.
Adrift, Shadow of Mordor, and God of War 3 Remastered. All 4 of those for $20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty fucking good deal.
Yeah.
So I leapt into Ratchet and Clank, and right now I'm in the final boss fight. This is the one that came out last year.
Jesus. Yeah.
It's not a long game. Like, I'm not trying to
okay.
100%. I've kind of changed my whole mindset when it comes to games recently. Like, fuck trying to perfect everything. Just fucking play it. Just fucking play it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm tanking through Ratchet and Clank, and having never played any of those games, it's really, really good, and it really feels like an old PS2 game. And I mean that in the best sense.
Okay.
Like, you've got these really narrow worlds to explore where there is an overmap. It's not really that big, but there's enough where you can explore and find little nooks and crannies to find everything hidden. But it isn't open. All right, it's very reminiscent of that PS2 era platform action game.
Yeah.
But the way that it's written, there's got to be a whole bunch of inside jokes and references to previous games that are flying over my head. But there's a few times in that game where I legitimately laughed my ass off. It's written so fucking well. I can't remember the jokes off the top of my head right now, but early on in the game, you have to find someone to upgrade your ship because you crash landed on a planet.
Okay.
And so you find this guy, and he kind of hobbles over to your ship, and he fixes it up. And I'm assuming he's a part of the greater Ratchet and Clank canon, because as soon as he's done, he turns around and goes, "Well, that's it for me. We'll see you in the next reboot." And then he just kind of toddles off. It's very much a game that is aware of itself being a game.
Yeah.
And it's just so stupid fucking fun. One of the weapons is called the... God, I forget what it's called, but it's a fucking disco ball. You just fire it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking great. All the enemies just start dancing, and they take more damage while they're dancing, and they can't fight back. The Groovatron, that's what it's called.
Yep.
So you just launch that fucker out there, watch them all dance, and set them all on fire. It's fucking glorious. There's another weapon, the Pixelator, which you shoot the enemies, and it sends them, quote, back to an earlier time of video games, and it just makes them all like they turn from a polygonal thing to a flat pixel wall that's super low res, kind of like Deus Ex era.
Oh, okay.
And if you kill them, they just literally turn into a fucking wall of pixels that you can hit, and it scatters everywhere and makes old video game sounds.
Nice.
It's Insomniac at their best. Ratchet and Clank 2016, I highly recommend. As someone who hadn't played all of the other games.
Yeah, I have a buddy of mine who just recently got a PS4, and he's been playing the Ratchet and Clank. That's the one and only one that he got, and yeah, he was saying the same thing. He was loving every second of it.
Yeah, it's got a really interesting weapon upgrade system as well. So when you unlock a weapon, there's a panel. There's certain boxes that you can go to and upgrade, and you get this element, Raritanium, which you can get through random enemy drops, or there's caches hidden on the levels. And every weapon has a grid, like a hexagonal grid that's different sizes and shapes. And there's certain... To fill in the square, you have to spend one of these things. One of the Raritanium crystals.
Okay.
And there's certain squares that just have a question mark that you cannot pay to fill in. You have to buy everything surrounding them, and then you get that ability unlocked. So for some weapons, there's 3 or 4 of them, so you have to spend like 20 fucking Raritanium to build these big loops. But then you activate a new portion of that weapon that you couldn't get any other way. Like I'm right toward the end, and out of the 18 possible weapons, A, I'm missing 2, and B, I've only got 3 maxed out.
Okay.
So it's very much a game where it's like, oh yeah, go back and replay this and New Game Plus and just keep destroying shit.
Yeah.
Outside of Ratchet and Clank, I dipped my toes into Fable 2 again. Because I just want a Fable game, and Fable 2 is the best Fable game. That was on sale during the Xbox summer sale.
Oh, okay.
For $8, and by doing that, I also get all of my DLC that I bought way back when. So it's like, yeah, I will play Fable 2 again.
Yeah.
I only played it for a couple hours, so can't decide if I want to be good or evil. And outside of games, should we get into that stuff? Because that.
Yeah.
I'll go. Okay,
Sure.
so first, I watched all 4 episodes of the Castlevania series that's new on Netflix. And as someone who has only played the Game Boy Advance Castlevania, Circle of the Moon, which is one of the fucking best Castlevanias. Again, the only one I've played, but it was really fucking good.
Yeah, for what I heard,
That
Symphony
game
of
is
the Night.
really good.
So I heard Symphony of the Night was considered one of the best.
Symphony
Yes.
of the Night is really good.
I never gave a shit about the story in Castlevania because Dracula bad, go kill Dracula, essentially is what it all boils down to.
Right.
But the Netflix series is really interesting to me. It's not phenomenal. I wouldn't say that it's the best thing out there.
No.
But it is good. It's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet.
I would recommend it. It's only 4 episodes at 25 minutes each.
Yeah. You can really sit it in one sitting.
Yeah.
That's basically what I did.
I fell asleep halfway through the 3rd episode. So
Kind of seems like something where they're like, hey, let's get something out there and see if people want this.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there. That's what, 4 episodes. That's what that seems like to me.
it's already been renewed for at least another season. I don't know how many episodes though.
They'll probably do like a 10 episode or something.
Yeah.
What made me excited is James Callis is in that. That is Gaius Baltar from Battlestar Galactica. And he's one of the main characters of that show. I don't want to spoil who he is because people who are well versed in Castlevania would know this character.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I really liked it, in fact.
Yeah. It was a lot more gruesome than I thought it was going to be.
Holy shit, yeah.
I think the first instance was where there was like real fucking violence in that series was after Dracula's like, all right, I'm gonna send my minions onto the town, fuck you guys, and then I just imagined like, you know, like as a teen show, like they just like come down and then like slash at people, and this is like maybe a little bit of blood, and they're like, oh no, I'm knocked down, I'm dead now because like I got slashed at by a demon. But no, they fucking picked him up, like tore him in half, and like fucking blood and shit everywhere,
And
like,
trails and shit.
yeah, I was like, holy shit. Like this fucking show really took a turn.
Yeah, it was kind of shocking. Like you don't expect that level of viscera. Like you're not watching Attack on Titan, so you're not prepared for that fucking level of gruesome. But man, and it's animated really well. The voice acting is a mixed bag. Yeah.
Like some lines are delivered really well, but other lines are just kind of like just read off the script.
Yeah, the main character is really his performance fluctuates.
Yeah.
It's
he takes mumbling words a little too seriously, or takes him to heart, and I was just like, what did he say? What the fuck?
Yeah, what I really liked about it is it really gave you Dracula's motivations.
Yeah,
like it really is like, oh shit, no, I totally understand why you're doing that. You're being a bit dramatic,
right? But you know,
but I get it.
But Dracula, because he can.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Especially for it only being 4 episodes with
a
half an hour each, less than that.
Yeah, it's a halfway decent movie.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead and watch it.
Yep.
And the way it's actually structured, there's really no credits. There's no opening sequence in any of the episodes, so it's really meant to be watched back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
That's how they expect you to do it. And then Baby Driver happened.
Baby Driver.
Holy shit, Baby Driver.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got out of the movie, I texted my girlfriend and said, "You need to go see Baby Driver." And she says, "Well, what's it about?" I'm like, "Heists. That's it. It's just heists. It's doing crimes. It's fucking wonderful." It's Edgar Wright, same guy who did the Cornetto trilogy with Simon Pegg, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Help me out. You know a lot more of
Spaced.
Spaced, yeah.
I think that's
about it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's done like music videos and short films, I think. But like, yeah, as far as like big things, that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Baby Driver is like the most recent film, because the one before that was Scott Pilgrim, and that was like, that was forever ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been definitely putting a lot of care into Baby Driver.
I
fucking shows.
I think
he did a fake trailer for Grindhouse.
Yeah, that's right. Don't.
Yeah.
It was Don't. It was called Don't. And it was fucking amazing, and it had Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in it. They were cameoed in it, but like Nick Frost was his character was a little bit more obvious, but Simon Pegg was like very much hidden in there, as Simon Pegg usually does. He doesn't like being fucking really obvious that's him. He loves just being like in the background or some shit. But yeah, I think the reason why it was so long that this movie came out was because he was working on Ant-Man with Marvel, and then there was a lot of disagreement, which a lot of people speculate Marvel wasn't ready for an Edgar Wright movie, because he's got a certain style to everything.
Yeah.
And I would say,
and it just wouldn't have fit with the Marvel movies.
Yeah, it's either that or they just wanted to take a lot of the power of being a director away. Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of Marvel movies don't have like these, I mean, outside of Joss Whedon, like the Marvel movies don't have these like groundbreaking directors. They have good directors, but they don't have guys that have the talent of Edgar Wright. And Edgar Wright was probably like, this is how I want to make my movie, and Marvel's like, no, you're doing it this way, and he was probably like, fuck that, I don't want to do that, I want to do what I want to do. And especially after you watch a movie like Baby Driver, which is definitely his brainchild, and to see that pop out on screen and to see all the care, I mean, I can only imagine like how long it took to edit that fucking movie. Because the editing is so good. The editing in film-wise and sound editing, like, I can only imagine. I doubt the movie really took that long to film, but it probably just took fucking forever to edit, which is the beauty of that film.
Yeah. There was an interview with Kevin Spacey that I watched where he was talking about it, and one of the questions they asked him was, how difficult was it to synchronize everything with the music, like to what you were doing, to what you were saying and everything. And he said there were a couple times where Edgar Wright was playing the music in the background, so that way they knew they had like a frame of reference as to like when to synchronize with it. But he said there were a few times when they weren't saying anything, like he found himself kind of like shaking his shoulders a bit, like to the beat, because like he was like kind of dancing a little bit, and then Edgar Wright had to stop him and be like, no, we're going back, nope, stop dancing, stop it. So I can only imagine how many times it was just like, this fucking track is really good, and then they're like, God damn it, no, you're not supposed to be dancing. Like,
what are you doing?
Fucking Kevin Spacey was great in that movie too.
Fucking everyone was so good.
Everyone, the characters were so well done.
Yeah,
like just fucking great characters. Like
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, he was menacing as shit.
So fucking good. It was just the characters were insanely well written, and it's hilarious and ridiculous, but still heartfelt and awesome at the same time.
And
like
genuine,
and genuine. Yeah, that is definitely. I haven't watched a lot of movies this year, but like that and Logan, I think are pretty fucking high up there.
I still need to see Logan.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I want to talk more about Baby Driver, but I don't want to ruin it. Just basically know it's about crime.
Yeah.
There's Kevin Spacey and John Hamm. Just go fucking watch it. Music is amazing.
Yeah, the music selection's really good. Fucking Edgar Wright's a goddamn genius.
The fucking soundtrack is not fully available anywhere digitally yet. It's just 4 commercial tracks that they're using to promote the film.
Oh, okay.
That being said, those 4 tracks are fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I bought the vinyl, and it comes with a download of everything.
Nice.
So I'm not sure if like digitally you just can't get it because of all the different artists on there, and maybe they're just like going through a thing where it's like, okay, collectively we don't have the rights to just digitally download everything like that.
I bet
one conglomerate.
Right, but usually in a movie like this, something where the soundtrack is so well regarded, like the first Guardians of the Galaxy, they hold off on releasing the soundtrack for something like this, usually a few weeks, maybe a month after the movie comes out, and then it'll all be available. They're trying to push the album sales.
Yeah.
Because that is a fucking amazing soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is.
In every capacity, and it's kind of working on me subconsciously. Like I kind of want to buy it. Let me check the Google Play Store real quick. See if it's actually available for purchase. Just out of curiosity, talk amongst yourselves. Oh fuck! I don't want to launch Steam.
I mean, the only thing that's available that I've been listening through is Spotify. But even then, it's not all the tracks aren't available. Which
it's
again,
4, right?
Yeah.
No, it's actually like 28 songs, maybe.
Yeah, there's 29.
Yeah.
29 on the vinyl. There's 29.
Okay. Yeah. There's like 1 or 2 tracks that aren't on there that aren't available. You can't even listen to them. So yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I know it's sometimes Spotify albums do that where it's kind of like a time thing where they'll leave out a couple tracks and then eventually they will all be available.
There are 30 tracks available on Google Play for purchase only.
Okay.
So yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're holding off and not making that available until later. It is $19.
Phew.
Which is quite a
vinyl's pretty pricey.
Yeah.
But well worth it. To support a film like that, and the soundtrack is just fucking awesome.
If you want a really good suggestion to find out what the soundtrack is like, look for the song "Chase Me" by Danger Mouse, and then also look up "Easy" by Sky Ferreira. Like that's the kind of gauntlet you're running from like 1970s like R&B to modern day hip hop. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd like to talk about it more, but yeah, definitely don't want to spoil it because I feel like a lot of people don't know what this movie is. Just because I don't dislike the name Baby Driver, but just if you heard the name Baby Driver, you might be like, well, what the fuck is that about? Like, a baby driver? Is that a stupid, crappy comedy movie? So I feel like if you don't, just off name alone, it's probably not. It's just losing a little bit. Yeah. So it's just one of those where just watch the preview. Go watch the fucking movie. Don't watch. Actually, if you're listening to the podcast, don't watch the preview. Just go watch the fucking movie.
Yeah.
And get your mind blown. Laugh. You'll be smiling. The whole time.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
The pacing is amazing. There's not a moment in that movie where you're like, okay, this just got to move on to the next scene. It's like it's almost one of those films where when it's over, you're like, "Fuck, man, I wish there was a little bit more."
Yeah,
like I wish there was like a little bit more going on. But I mean, it's still all around amazing. But it just leaves you so happy about everything that you're just like, man, I wish there was one more fucking scene.
And I'm really happy that I went into it completely blind. Because as soon as Wally, you said go see Baby Driver, I'm like, what the hell is that? So I just saw, oh look, it's by Edgar Wright.
Yep.
I'm in. I'm good. I don't want to look up anything.
Yeah.
Man, it's only an hour and 52 minutes.
Yeah. And it flies, man. Because I saw it a second time this past weekend, and like.
Yeah, I want to watch it again.
You know how like the first time when you watch a movie, it seems like wow, it's like this is really decently paced, and you see it again, you're like, holy shit, this is a lot faster than what I remember.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I felt with Baby Driver. Was just like, okay, yeah, this scene's coming up. All right, now this scene, wow, it's fucking over. Holy shit, like,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm loving it all over again. So there's never a dull moment with that movie, even in the second viewing. And I was trying to catch more stuff that was going on because, you know, Edgar Wright is a master of having little Easter eggs all throughout his in each of his shots. And I was trying to pick up more, but I think eventually I just got to a point where it's just like, no, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to enjoy this movie again because that's what it deserves. It just deserves to not be nitpicked and just fucking you go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the style is just so fucking good too because you have like, it's a mix between like the cheesiness of like old school like 50s movies and like the newness of these crazy fast-paced action movies, and it's just fucking awesome.
It is Edgar Wright's tastes and sensibilities distilled down. It is the last 30-minute car chase from Hot Fuzz stretched out over 2 hours, and it is glorious.
Yeah. And it's also Shaun of the Dead's bar fight scene where they're fighting the queen. It's that, but like it. I think it's like the way that I've kind of pictured it with this whole movie is that, you know, we know that Edgar Wright is just a fantastic cinematographer and with editing and all that. But I feel like this one was just like with Baby Driver, he was like, okay, well, I already know how to do like picture. Why not do sound with picture? Like, why not just have sound be like the main big focus, and then I have the picture revolve around that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go see fucking Baby Driver.
Yeah.
There's not much else that can be said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will wrap up essentially everything I've done.
All right. Well, I'm gonna continue the movie train because I saw Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oderman.
Yes. I saw that this past weekend. It was actually the next day we bought tickets for Baby Driver, and then I had enough of their rewards points to have like a $1 matinee. So I was like, "Fuck it, Spider-Man, we're going tomorrow."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it's weird because so many people, because I know Darren, we were talking about earlier, and you were saying like, oh, it's another fucking reboot, all this bullshit, and I think if anything, it's more of just a recast, because it doesn't tell about how we got bit by a spider, it doesn't show fucking Uncle Ben getting killed again, it's just like a continuation of Spider-Man and how he becomes a member of the Avengers in like with the Marvel universe that they've been building with all of the movies. So if you basically handle it like that, it's not so much of an origin story, just more like how he becomes a member of the Avengers, then it's just like it's actually a pretty fucking great film. And I loved, like, a lot of people are saying, which I totally agree, that with Michael Keaton as the Vulture has been the best
well,
villain.
also I really kind of like that because it's like Birdman made manifest.
Yeah.
It's kind of wonderful.
Yeah. And his performance as Vulture was really good, and like his motives were really great. They weren't anything that was like, oh, I have to avenge such and such family member because fuck the world, I'm going to kill everyone. Like, it's not that at all, and I think that's what helped that movie just made me enjoy the villain so much more, because it wasn't like every single fucking Marvel villain where it's like, oh, I'm here to destroy the universe, try and stop me, yo. Like, it wasn't that at all, and I think that was just such a nice change of pace with everything else going on in that movie. And yeah, the guy who played as Peter Parker / Spider-Man was really fucking good. I loved him with the few moments we had in Civil War, and that was actually what got me to want to see this movie, because I was like, well, I don't know anything about this kid, but I know that he's in Civil War, I'll watch that. And yeah, like seeing him in Civil War, I was like, holy shit, like he's a really fucking good Spider-Man, just because all the little shit he says like mid-combat, and He just does all the things that Spider-Man does, and yeah, he really fucking shines in this movie. And there's some really great moments in that film that just really put in perspective of just some of the disadvantages of Spider-Man. Like, he's not swinging around the city. Like, he doesn't even touch Manhattan, actually. Like, the entire movie, he's in Queens, or he's, like, at some point, he's in a rural area. So he has to swing off of fucking trees, but, you know, the trees are only so tall. And, yeah, it's really good. And he kind of fumbles a lot because he's like new to his suit that Tony Stark gave him and everything.
So does he have organic web slingers, or are those Stark industry web slingers?
No, it's kind of following the Amazing Spider-Man, where he's got web fluid that he creates.
Okay.
So like he makes it like in school and everything, and then he just keeps like fucking tons of jars of it, and then will take what he can every time when he goes out in the suit.
Experiments with different formulas and shit.
Yeah.
See, as a kid watching the cartoon, that's what I always really liked, is him messing around with different types. Like, he ends up, one episode lands in a big bucket of fish, like a big truck of fish, and he's like, oh, my web doesn't work. I got to make something better.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of shit. I like that.
Yeah. There wasn't anything like that, but they did kind of play into different ways he can shoot web, but that was just through the suit that he got from Tony Stark. And which is, the suit is fucking great too. It's kind of weird that I'm mentioning it like a character, but there's a reason. But I won't say why. But yeah, it's fucking good. So yeah, I as a summer superhero film, I would recommend Spider-Man because it is a great recast of a movie, and it was the first movie that felt like it was definitely like, yes, they have established the Marvel universe that we know. Now here is something that is like we know is already living, breathing kind of thing that is just set in this world. Because like, you know, even though Peter Parker is in high school, they have fucking little cameos like Captain America PSAs, where it's just like teachers just roll in a fucking TV and they put in a videotape into the fucking thing and they play it, and it's Captain America doing a PSA on a green screen and it's fucking wonderful. Like I was just laughing the whole fucking time just because it's just how they just ham it up. They ham it up hard. And
That's awesome.
It was so well done. And yeah, and then probably one of the best post-credit scenes in Marvel movies ever. You have to say the end because it's so great.
Oh yeah, with Baby Driver, don't do that. There's nothing.
Yeah, I kind of figured there wasn't. I didn't stay, but I mean, I was like, this isn't a Marvel movie, so fuck it, I'm leaving. Like,
I did just in case. Yeah. I do that for most movies.
Yeah.
But that's good to know, because looking back at the history of Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi movies debuted 2002.
Yeah, I want to say around that early 2000s for sure.
2002. It was. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page.
Okay.
And then The Amazing Spider-Man, which was the reboot where we got to see it again, was 10 years later, 2012.
Yeah.
And so telling that origin story, yeah, I can definitely see how that would be more of a recast, and I think that's the best fucking way to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't, like, we've had enough of that.
Yeah.
And it makes me happy to know that they've finally made a decent first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
I'll eventually see it, but I'm not chomping at the bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there was that. And that was just movies. Baby Driver and Spider-Man. Those are the two things I saw.
Well, I didn't realize Homecoming was coming out this year. Suddenly it makes a lot more sense.
Oh, okay.
That Insomniac Spider-Man is still coming this year.
No, it's next year.
Well, fuck me then.
Because that's one of my anticipated games for PS4 is the new Spider-Man game. But yeah, it's I believe they said early 2018 or just 2018 in general.
Well, okay.
No, because they Insomniac specifically said when they were questioned, is this a tie-in to the movie? And they said, no, we are doing our own thing. It's It has
Well,
nothing to do
yeah,
with the
but-
movie. Like, we're doing our own thing, and that's it.
But Arkham Asylum also wasn't a tie-in for Dark Knight, so
Right.
and those came out in the same window.
Yeah. Yeah.
So go fuck yourself.
I mean,
Yeah, you heard me.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say they're a tie-in, but it definitely like plays off each other.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's a smart move to do that because if you just randomly release the Spider-Man movie with no other like Spider-Man thing out, it's kind of like you're just taking a shot in the dark that maybe Spider-Man's popular right then. But if you do it around the time that a solid Spider-Man movie comes out and people are hyped about the character, they're gonna want to go buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was how they were doing it, but I'm fucking wrong. So
Yeah.
I'm not Sony.
Which is funny because the second that Spider-Man starts swinging in the movie, I was like, "Fuck! I really want that game now. Like, I really want to. I really wish
Yeah.
I had it so I can go home and start fucking swinging around Manhattan." But yeah, no,
Yeah,
gotta wait till next year.
They could have made a ton of money if they had done that, but
They
Yeah,
want
but
to
the
release
same-
a good game.
Yeah, but at the
yeah,
same
no,
time,
that's fine.
yeah, I'd rather wait and then have
Yeah.
a second year in a row of awesome Spider-Man media.
Yup.
Yeah.
So yeah, out of those movies and shows that I watched, I finished Hollow Knight, and because it was like I finished around like 15 hours, but I also spent a lot of time finding shit, and because that's my weakness I have with Metroidvania games is just trying to find every fucking power up possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So the opposite of me in games right now.
yeah. But no, I really enjoyed it. It's a really good Metroidvania game. It's a game where, unlike the game I'm currently playing, which I'll get to, it really relies heavily on exploring on your own. It doesn't tell you like, oh hey, go here or whatever. It's just you have to pretty much just go wherever you think you can go. And
Right.
eventually you'll just get to a point where it's like, oh, okay, clearly I cannot go back this way. So I guess I'll try these other paths that I haven't tried yet. But yeah, I really love the style. The characters were really great. The animation was really good. The music was good. Yeah, and I couldn't believe that it was something that came out early this year. And I was like, holy shit, man. Like, it's pretty fucking good. And I think it was also a Kickstarted game as well.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
If I recall, I think I read it somewhere recently that it was one of those successful Kickstarted games that didn't fucking have the devs just taking the money and running, or turned out to be a piece of shit game. But yeah, so and then after finishing Hollow Knight, I kind of got into a rut for a while because I was like, man, I don't know. But then I just thought maybe I need to play more Metroidvania games. So I took a look in my library to see if there was anything that I missed instead of just like going out and buying another game. I was just like, I probably have something that I just not fucking aware of, and I did, and I found out that I have Strider, which came out back in 2014. Which was
Right.
Which was a Metroidvania game.
Well, it's in the same franchise as the earlier Sega Genesis, I want to say, Strider.
Yeah. And Strider is a lot more linear than Hollow Knight because it does point you in the direction of where you need to go. But as you gather upgrades and equipment, you can go back to earlier parts of the game and then just be like, okay, I'm gonna go to this area because I have this upgrade now, and then it's just like more stuff, more upgrades, more power-ups. But the combat is much different too. It's much faster paced than Hollow Knight, whereas Hollow Knight you kind of have to plan your attacks timely. And where Strider's just fucking go in, just slash like goddamn like a madman, throw fucking stars and shit. Pretty much the best way I could describe it is if fucking Platinum made a Metroidvania, because even the story is just this fucking over the top crazy enemies that you come across, that the story you're just like, I don't know why I'm here, but okay, we're going. Like, I'm just gonna go and slash up robots and fucking fight things and get power-ups.
I kind of want Platinum to do something like that now.
Yeah, which that made me thought, like, holy shit, Platinum should do a fucking Metroidvania, because it would be
like a
pretty
3D
great.
third person.
Yeah.
Not a 2D side scrolling. If they did like a sprawl, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the usual battlegrounds, a lot of that as usual, and then touched a little bit of Overwatch, but only because of Doomfist, because I jumped into the PTR to try out Doomfist, and that was about it. I played like a round or two with him, and I was like, interesting, and then that was it.
They've already nerfed him in the PTR.
I believe that. Yeah.
Well, he just had so much range that he was accessing places that they didn't want him to.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you could, because he was able to reach areas, yeah, like you said, they shouldn't, and also just could get there quickly.
Flank. He could flank like shit. So they're like, nah.
Yeah.
The thing I worry about him is his shotgun knuckles.
What's that?
They just seem like they could feel completely anemic and not do anything.
Yeah, that's from what I've played with him. He's the shotgun fist, which is totally what I'm calling it.
Shotgun knuckles.
Yeah, that too.
Fist.
Basically, they're kind of just more for just pinging while you're doing all those like punching attacks.
While you've got your cooldowns.
Seem like more of like an annoyance thing, which a lot of characters have. Is like, I'm gonna annoy the shit out of you, then I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face.
Yeah, because because all those cooldowns are actually relatively slow. Like I think because even
his right click is what, 3 seconds?
Yeah, his charge. It's like 3 or 4
Everything
seconds.
else is 7, right?
No,
I think it's something like 7.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 7 seconds, something like that, for like his uppercut and his the ground pound. Yeah.
Ground pound.
But yeah, he's got a great sense of motion fluidity with his abilities, which is kind of cool, because it's not like that with a lot of the other characters, where it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna press this now. Now I'm gonna press this now. Where it's like you can actually fucking combo it, which feels kind of cool. And I could definitely see that's why he's a 3-star difficulty character, because there were plenty of times I was like, oh shit, I should have done uppercut and then followed up with the ground pound and then shotgun. Like, you got to be doing shit all the time with him, like more so than any other character.
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Sorry. My follower announcement went off, so
Yeah, it kind of muted you too. I thought you said you disabled that shit.
I thought so too. I thought I disabled it too, but there it is. I fucking gave myself a heart attack. It's like playing Battlegrounds, going through a fucking door, and then suddenly you just jump out of your goddamn spine.
Hide in the bathtub.
Some wieners in the fucking bathtub.
Yeah.
I'd like a wiener in a bathtub.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Doomfist. He's interesting as a character. I'm looking for. I'm just waiting for him to come out like out of PTR.
I want to see what his skins are. I've seen someone already with a golden fist.
Yeah.
So that looks good and dumb. I just want to know what they're gonna do with that kind of a man. If there isn't a Popeye skin.
Oh man.
You can't view the skins right now in PTR. There's nothing. Like if you go in and try to, because I tried to browse that and then it was just like 0 across the board, and I was like, well, shit.
That makes me really excited, because it makes me think that they've got something really dumb and weird waiting for us.
Yeah.
We don't have a date for that just yet. I wouldn't be shocked if it was before the end of the month.
I would say the next couple of weeks, honestly, because that's kind of how it was with Orisa. It was like she was released on PTR, and then it was like literally the next week she was available.
Yeah, so it might I even be this week.
Yeah. Should be cool.
Cool.
But yeah, that's about it. There's my long ass rant about what I've been doing.
What about you,
Um,
Steve?
I played. Well, I bought Fury in the Steam sale.
Yeah.
So I tried that out a little bit, and that's a fucking great game. It's
Yeah,
a really
it
cool
is.
game. It's really interesting. It's weird as fuck. Like it's
Mhm.
super weird.
There's some great style there too.
Yeah, I love the style of that game.
The style, the music.
The music is amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just a really cool bullet hell style game that I like. Yeah, I really like those games. I really didn't play too much because I've been moving, so I've been moving my shit. But I played
Understandable.
a little bit more of Zelda, not too much, probably a couple more hours. Then got back into Geometry Wars because I played it at Darren's house. I was like, okay, I gotta fucking do that, and I'm getting up there. 82 mil.
I saw that. Geometry Wars
100.
3 is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Geometry Wars 3 is good just because it encompasses all of it. So you have the old one, you have Geometry Wars 2, and then you have their little story mode.
I had no idea about that. So I just did a quick look on Steam. You can get the original Geometry Wars for $4, which is fucking bare bones Geometry Wars ass Geometry Wars. It's great. Geometry Wars 3 is $15, but there is no Geometry Wars 2 on PC. So that would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just get the... Yeah. I mean, you don't really need it because it comes with...
It's kind of like, why would you get 2 if it's like there's a third one that's like...
Yeah.
Like $10 more, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it encompasses basically everything. Yeah, I'm climbing up. I mean, I was looking at the top of the charts. I was like, fuck, I don't know how I'm going to get up there because I think the number one guy has like 1 billion points.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And what
But
did
the
you
only
get?
thing is, I have 82 million. But
Oh, wow.
you climb, at that point, you climb so fast.
Oh, okay.
Like, that I can see it's possible because, like, at one point, I had like 50 million, and then next thing you know, I had 82 million. So it's
wow.
just like super jumps of like if you blow like with those little black holes or the gates that blow up areas, like if you time it right and you hit that black hole and you encompass a bunch of guys, you're gonna score like 8 million points just in one shot, and then if you hit a couple more things, you're gonna get all that. And then it's just timing on when to use your bombs so you can get as many multipliers as you can. And that's why I like that, like the regular Evolved more than the retro, because the retro is just you go, and when you die, you lose everything.
Yeah.
Go back to square one, and it's hard to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I jammed on that. And I played Hearthstone.
Have you done any of the co-op going back to Geometry Wars?
I did. Yeah, I did.
3?
I have done the co-op in 3, and
Yeah.
it is fun. It's fun.
Was a highlight for me in that one.
Yeah, it's really fun. Trying to beat those little stages and stuff is super fun, and getting pissed off at the other player, be like, "What the fuck, man? Why'd you go over there?"
And then when you're the guy who does it, you feel real fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, I can't imagine that game being a game where you're not yelling at each other at some point about where you are or what's going on, because I'm sure the screen just becomes a clusterfuck.
Well, also part of the problem is that both players have different colored bullets.
Oh,
so
God.
sometimes your bullets look like the other player.
It becomes crazy.
It gets real difficult to track yourself.
Yeah, a lot of it is, though, it is almost like a puzzle, because it's just like being like, okay, they come from there, and they come from there, so if you do this and I do this, we're going to be able to stop it in a certain way. So a lot of like the 2-player stuff is more of a puzzle than anything.
Gotcha.
just understanding where everything's coming from and understanding where you have to set up and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely that's a really fun way to play it and a really fun way to get mad at the person you're playing with.
Yup.
Yeah, so then I did decent amount of Hearthstone because I had the double gold. So I fucking did all the double gold shit. Then I also jumped back on Rocket League for a little bit. I suck at that game, I realized. Like, well, it's just because the people who are playing it now have been playing it for so much longer than me that I'm not even like I played with my brother, and my brother, that was like his first time playing it. So, I mean, he's learning it too, but like we played against a dude who I think was like legend.
Oh, jeez.
And yeah, he was just fucking, he was a one-man crew. Like, there was the other dude on his team, but he didn't fucking need him at all.
Yeah.
He was just one man.
Go and sit and be goalie,
us.
and then I'll just do the rest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. I mean, he just fucking dominated us. And I mean, I still had a lot of fun. Right. It was pretty infuriating at times. You're just like, this motherfucker just flying through the goddamn air, hitting every ball perfectly, and you're just like, this fucking guy. And I think our first game, because we rematched them, I think our first game was like 9-1. You're like, Jesus Christ, man.
God,
the guy was like, yeah, he was just so good. And I think he scored every goal that they had. And then we kind of got better the second game. I think it was like 7-3 or 4.
Okay.
So a lot of it is my brother just hasn't ever played it. So if you're jumping into that game and you're playing a dude who's legend, like, you're gonna have a fucking tough time if you don't know how to do any aerials or anything like that.
Yeah, because you're rusty as shit. Like, you don't remember a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I did my classic, like, I'm going at fucking Mach 10 with about 4 of them every fucking game where I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's so much fun. I do miss playing it. Like, it's definitely a good game to sit down and waste an hour or two with your buddies and just get all the stress out.
Yeah.
Because
I tuned in when I hopped onto my computer for a bit and I saw you playing Rocket League. I was like, holy shit, man. Yeah. Like, that was fucking forever ago since we've played together.
It has been. It's been probably well
over half a year, maybe more.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6
something
months
like that.
Played that fucking game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still great.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about all I've played.
Nice. With that, we should get into the news. There's some. Let's start off with, they have announced the price and release date for StarCraft Remastered.
Yay!
StarCraft Remastered will set you back $14.99. Why does this number sound familiar? Because it's the same price as a fucking necromancer in Diablo 3, which I've actually heard some people enjoy.
Yeah.
That. What was the date? It's sometime in August.
Yes. Yeah, it's like August 10th.
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. A lot of people have been saying, like, yeah, he's actually pretty awesome. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm like, cool, but not for $15, because guess where my $15 is going?
StarCraft Remastered.
Yep.
That's where that's going.
Yep.
Which, shocking to me that they're only charging $15 for that.
Yeah.
I was expecting them to do at least 40 or maybe 35.
I was going to say 30.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a real smart fucking move. They will make bank off of that at $15.
Oh, yeah.
The entire nation of South Korea will buy all of that for $15.
Yep.
Smart. Oh, I don't really follow this game series. I appreciate it from a distance, from a very far distance. Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh. The creator has confirmed he has canceled the 6th installment of that game.
Yep.
I would just like to point that out, that there are fucking 6. There are 5 other fucking games in that series.
Weirdly enough, that was the franchise that I watched Markiplier play, and that's how I know about the Five Nights at Freddy's. And I just watched him play through all of them because I was like, I'm never gonna fucking play this game, and I'd rather watch someone who's at least mildly entertaining to fucking. And yeah, it was fucking great. I was laughing the whole time, and I was just like, yep, this is something I will never fucking play ever. but like you, Darren, I just appreciated it from a distance. I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. I'm happy for people who like that series, and I'm sad that you're not getting a sixth one, but I don't give a rat's ass. In things I do give a rat's ass about, Platinum Games has been in the Twitterverse. They popped up last week with a new Japanese Twitter account and immediately started tweeting out pictures of Bayonetta side by or above and below photos of like Bayonetta from 1, Bayonetta from 2. Bayonetta from 1 being on the bottom with a bright red background, Bayonetta from 2 on the top with a bright blue background. And they started liking tweets that pointed out, hey, that red and the blue looks very close to the Switch Joy-Con red and blue. They were just liking everyone who pointed that out to them. Like, okay, so people are thinking you're going to bring out Bayonetta 1 and 2 for the Switch. Literally the next day, they tweet out a new photo of what are characters from behind wearing Wonderful 101 jackets, playing on a blurry screen what looks like Wonderful 101 with Switch Joy-Cons in their hands.
Yeah.
That look like Famicom edition Joy-Cons. So they're teasing the fuck out of bringing all their Wii U games to the Switch.
Which that's when I'll play them.
They should totally do that because that's when a lot of people will play them.
Yeah. I mean, I played Bayonetta 1 and 2 through the Wii U, but I'll definitely fucking play them again.
You have Wonderful 101, you asshole.
I know, and I still haven't opened them.
But
if I plan on getting a Switch and it's going to come over the Switch, I'm going to fucking get it on the Switch, and then I'll play it then.
You should play it twice.
Although I don't know how it's going to work with
because it does some second screen stuff.
Yeah.
But none of that was required. Like, the only parts that were required was when you would go into a building and then play would shift down to the lower screen. But nothing was happening on the TV at that time.
Oh, okay.
So there's no reason why they couldn't just do that with controls. They can modify it.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll just straight up make a sequel and be like, yo, fuck off. You missed Wonderful 101. Here's Wonderful 102.
102. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
102, yeah. But and then they do a Bayonetta 2 and they're like, here's Wonderful 101 and 102 on the Switch.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, do that. Bing, bang, boom. Perfect. And then they do Bayonetta 1, 2, 3 and Vanquish.
I don't see 3 coming.
Here's fucking Vanquish.
But yeah, I could kind of picture them. I can kind of picture them with the success on PC. I definitely see them being like, yo, fucking Vanquish on Switch. Here you go, motherfuckers.
Fucking Bayonetta has an amiibo coming out soon. Let me just put that out there. Right. There are 2 Bayonetta amiibos coming out.
Okay.
Based off of Bayonetta from 1 and Bayonetta from 2. So.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if in Gamescom in a couple of weeks here in August, we hear Platinum going, yo, here's our shit. This is what we've been teasing you with.
Right.
In the ongoing drama that is open for modding for Grand Theft Auto 5,
yes.
they got out and they said, we are officially back in business.
Yep. Open for.
They are open and they are working. So it's official. They worked out whatever 2K was talking about. I didn't read the full statement.
God know what that is. Yeah, I have no idea.
Who knows whatever.
Yeah. I think it was something where I'm sure it probably just goes back to exactly what Rockstar intended originally, which was as long as it doesn't affect the multiplayer game, we don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah.
although I think in the revised agreement that they made, I think it was also something like they couldn't use the assets from the game or something to make.
They couldn't use the assets from other Rockstar games.
Yeah.
Specifically trying to shut down that Red Dead Redemption mod.
Yeah, that, and then they also had like some sort of like Liberty City mod or something for GTA 5 as well, where they were going to include stuff from GTA 4 in there.
Okay.
But yeah, that was pretty much what it was.
And that stuff makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it really is just Rockstar was like stepped in to Take-Two, was like, dude, we've said modding's fine. If you want us to revise shit, we'll do it, but what the fuck, man?
Yeah. Like that, as much as I would love that, like that kind of calls into question like Skywind. Whenever the hell that ends up coming out and how that ends up panning out, it's very similar, except they're updating Morrowind to be in the Skyrim engine. For this, all we know is they were trying to duplicate Red Dead Redemption exactly as it was and not really update it in any meaningful way.
Right.
Whereas Morrowind, they're recording all the dialogue. They're doing like so much fucking work. They're expanding the soundtrack. They're updating all of the assets. Like that's considerable amounts of work. I'm not saying that it's not considerable amounts of work to make Red Dead Redemption work.
Yeah.
But you're not really improving on what's there.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important difference.
It was just a way for modders to bring Red Dead Redemption to PC, which is what everyone's been fucking asking for years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and who knows if they have plans to bring that out and are saying, no, don't do that because we're bringing that out.
Right.
So,
I mean, you can hope. It sounds that way. No one thought that Nintendo would remake Metroid 2, and yet here we are.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it would be a really good faith-based effort for Rockstar to release a trailer for Red Dead 2 and be like, yo, sorry, it's delayed for another year, but in the meantime, boop, here's the first Red Dead finally on PC. So, who knows how this will pan out, but it's good to know that modding is back and good for their games. Let's see. Rebellion has confirmed they're making Evil Genius 2.
Yep.
I never played Evil Genius.
I've heard good things. Like,
I've heard very good things.
Yeah.
But this is, God, when did that come out? Late 90s?
Yeah. Something like that.
Let me take a look real quick on the Wikipedia. It came out, actually 2004. It was a single-player top-down. Well, not even really top-down. It was basically build an evil lair and take over the world as an evil supervillain.
Yeah.
And they're making a new one, so hooray!
Woo!
On the Xbox One front, there's a feature coming soon, as reported by Eurogamer. Gift a Friend is going to be a new purchase option on the Xbox One store. Something that has been on Steam for quite a long while now. I don't remember when gifting began.
Yeah.
Like years and years ago, but we've never seen it on a console. Not until now.
Yeah.
And that, I think, would make a lot of things a lot easier for a lot of people.
Oh my god, yeah.
So let's have a countdown to when Sony implements it.
When they implement their cross-platforming.
Well, you would think something like Gift to a Friend would be a feature that they would want to build in immediately because it enables more people to spend more money.
You're right.
On games that they've already bought.
Yeah.
And the way that games are going, eventually this all-digital future nightmare that we're building toward, is going to happen. It's going to come to pass that you no longer have discs. Everything's digital only. You don't actually own anything. Go fuck yourself when our servers die.
Yeah.
So that they're just delaying that by not giving a gift a friend option.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I read this. I wonder, I'd like to see Steam statistics about how many games during a big Steam sale are actually bought as gifts rather than...
I'm sure a lot, man. Like, there's plenty of times I've gifted people during summer sales who were like, oh, I can't afford it, but even if I'm like, hey, Steam sale's going on, they're like, well, I mean, I got all this stuff coming up, and I'm just like, fuck you, here it is. Like, not willing to spend $10 on a fucking $40 game, you asshole, here it is. Like,
yeah. I have probably bought, I kid you not, Psychonauts at least 20 times to give off as gifts.
Yeah.
I've bought it a decent amount of times.
Yeah, because it drops down to $2. I'm like, have you played Psychonauts? And they're like, no. Fucking, here, play it now. You shove it down their throat.
It's the cost of half of a sandwich, you fucker. Eat it and play it. And then go get a sandwich, and then eat it and play it.
Yeah. I need to double check, too, because I think the next game for me to do that is Beyond Good and Evil.
Well, I've already got it, and I've got it on many different devices, so...
Well, now that 2 has officially become a thing,
yeah.
I need to start shoving this game down everyone's throats. And fucking play Beyond Good and Evil, you assholes.
Yeah.
And that's the glory of Gift a Friend. You get to shove games that you want other people to play down their throats.
Even if people are like, I don't have time, you're like, no, fuck you, play this game.
It's also a really good joke thing when you find a real bad game, like Dinner Date.
Oh, God. God damn it, yeah.
On Valentine's Day.
God damn it. Because I passed by that fucking game and I was like, why the fuck? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's why I have that game, because Darren gave it to me on Valentine's
Day. You have a date.
Yeah.
And the entire game is about getting stood up.
Yep.
God damn it.
It's like less than an hour to play that game, yeah.
Oh, and then there's always Duke Nukem Forever. But I wouldn't say even do that as a joke because it gives Randy Pitchford money.
Yep. And it makes him think that Duke Nukem can still exist in this world.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he can. It's just if he's done right.
Yeah, if he's done to the point where he realizes he is the joke and he doesn't belong in this world anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's what needs to happen there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on. Horizon Zero Dawn's getting a big old patch. I don't know if this has already come out. It hasn't be out soon.
It was 1.3 or something.
Yeah, 1.30. And what that adds is...
I think it already came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It adds New Game Plus, more face paint options.
Woo!
Ultra hard difficulty.
No, not more options. It was never existed. The face paint.
Oh, face paints didn't exist?
No, it didn't exist until this update.
Because the headline at blog.us.playstation.com says adds New Game Plus face paint options. Oh, I misread it.
Yep.
That's on me.
Yep.
Ultra hard and more issues.
Issues?
More issues and things.
I don't know.
When you do when you go New Game Plus, you're not gonna go beyond your level cap of 50, but you're still gonna collect XP, and it doesn't say why.
Yeah.
Fucking okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I was at the end of my game, of my playthrough. I was like, I hit 50, and then I was just like, I was still gathering XP, and I'm like, where is this going?
Nowhere.
What's it going to? Nothing. Fucking nothing.
They've added additional weapons as well, with an additional modification slot, but they're super fucking expensive, apparently. Mm-hmm. I've never even touched this game, so I don't know if 1,600 shards is a lot.
Yeah. It's a decent amount. Although I was swimming in shards by the end of the game. Like, I had like $4,000 or $5,000 by the time
that's
I was done with
that's
that
what the screenshot here shows. They're like, oh, it's gonna set you back a lot. It's 1,600, but they have 7,200. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But the great part is all that is free.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that's a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm. I might get back into that game. I don't know. Maybe.
I want to get into that game, period.
Yeah.
But right now, where I'm at, I just want to finish Ratchet and Clank because I'm not going to have time to play games soon.
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess the only other notable news item I found this week was, according to Edgar Wright, Payday 2 was originally supposed to have Baby Driver DLC.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Yeah. Which I knew that going into the movie. I saw the headline before I saw the movie. And as soon as that first scene happens, I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that would have made total sense.
Yeah.
So the tweet back and forth was at some fan just tweets at him, when is the Payday 2 Baby Driver update coming out? And Edgar Wright replies, you joke, but we were going to do it until the release date bumped it from August to June.
Oh, shit.
Since they brought it up, the Payday 2 thing didn't happen. That's really unfortunate.
Oh, God. I wonder if it just blares music the whole time.
It better. Or if you get some sort of a bonus for shooting on beat.
Yeah. That'd be
cool. Oh, there's one bit of news that I did skip over on accident. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds put out a update as to the roadmap for coming out of early access.
Oh,
earlier, when the game first launched in early access, PlayerUnknown had made the statement that they were planning to come out in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Basically comes out and says, well, we don't want to narrow it down to a month because we fear a crunch and not being able to deliver the best kind of experience that we want.
Yeah.
Like, it will still be 2017, but we're going to elaborate it out to Q4.
Yeah.
So all that does is give them a little bit of wiggle room for getting important shit done.
Yeah. And honestly, the game in its current state is actually really fucking good. Like, it's nowhere but up from this point, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a lot more optimized than what it was when I first played it, which was like a week or two after I had heard about it. And then with like the updates with all the weapons and just some of the little things that they're tweaking along the way, like they have weekly minor updates and then they have monthly big updates that they release, and they totally say transparently like what they're releasing, like with every update, full details and everything. So many people in the comment section were just like, oh, this game's gonna be in early access forever, blah blah blah, like, and it's,
fuck off.
and it's just like, I'm sorry, these people are actually like doing updates on like other early access games,
and they're being completely transparent with it by coming out and saying, yeah, we said this, but we want to give ourselves a bit of wiggle room. Like, I will give them all the credit in the world for saying that and being upfront about it.
Yeah.
Like, if they were being dicks about it, it'd be like, oh yeah, no, just pull a No Man's Sky and not say anything for 8 months.
But then hype it up at the last month and then be like, oh, nope, never mind. We're pushing it back.
Yeah. I wonder if where is Sean Murray?
I don't know.
Is he still alive?
In hell.
From what I understand, there's actually supposed to be a new update for No Man's Sky coming soon, from my understanding. And I guess there's still a lot of people who are still playing it and really enjoying it, which I guess good for them. You do you.
So if you Google just Sean Murray, you primarily get the actor from NCIS. So I didn't realize his name was Sean Murray.
That's funny.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe there's a No Man's Sky thing. I'm sure it has its dedicated fan base at this point, but PlayerUnknown is the polar opposite of that. Like, just be open. Be communicative with your fan base, because they have been nothing but that.
Yeah.
That'll be it for the news from my side, gentlemen, unless I missed something.
Nope, nothing that I can think of.
Okie dokie, let's kick it on over to new releases coming at you in the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Let us start with PlayStation 4. Excuse me. PlayStation 4.
PlayStation
Little do you know, that's the update to the PS4 Pro.
My
is
God.
the PlayStation. It'll offer HD Rumble.
Yep. Yeah.
And a little
It
vomit
just-
bag.
You just put it around your abs, and then when you're feeling like a real, it feels so real. It just fucking gives you the Heimlich.
Gives you a little.
Yeah.
Coming out July 11th, Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age. That is an exclusive to PlayStation 4. It's a remake of Final Fantasy XII. Know a few people very excited about that one. It's Final Fantasy, so I still don't quite get it.
Yep.
But I'm happy that you're all happy.
Mm-hmm.
Also coming out July 11th, Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, the Telltale series.
Wow.
Which I did not realize they were doing a Season 2 of that.
Yeah. That's the first I'm
And
hearing about that, honestly.
Here we are. Coming out also July 11th, Mr. Shifty to PlayStation 4 that had previously come out on Switch. That is a top-down indie beat-em-up where you can teleport real quick. That looks to be about all. We're really in the not a lot of releases time frame.
I'll tell you what, though, there's a lot of fucking movies coming out. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Lots of movies, and you know what? This year got off to such a fucking banging start. You might as well start going back and playing those things.
Yep.
Speaking of that, let's kick it over to Xbox One. Coming out July 11th, Hunting Simulator, which is also coming to PC and PlayStation 4. I wanted to hold off on it. It seems like much more of an Xbox title, the Hunting Simulator. Also coming out July 11th, Fable Fortune to the Xbox One and PC.
Is that card game?
That's that card game.
Okay.
God damn it. Just make me another fucking Fable.
Yeah.
I will go back and I will play Fable 2 over and over and over again. I'm trying it on Xbox One because I kind of hope that it runs better because I remember it running like dog shit.
Yeah.
On the Xbox 360. But I still liked it.
Yeah.
I still really liked it. Minecraft mode story 2. Season the Telltale.
Oh god.
Also coming out July 11th on Xbox One, also on PC, so we can skip that later.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's it. Oh shit. Moon Hunters is coming to Xbox One on July 19th.
Sounds familiar.
That is a 4-player cooperative top-down narrative-driven roguelite where you make like heroes of the past. Steve and I played it a couple of times.
Oh.
It's neat. Apparently it is coming to PS4, but I don't see it on the release window. It might,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Moon Hunters is cool. It's not a perfect game, but it's ambitious in its scope. It tries to be a 4-player roguelite story-driven. It's cool. It is
cool. Just very small.
Yeah, you can get through a full game in about an hour.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The point is to keep replaying and making different choices, even if you play as the same character.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Switch doesn't really have anything of note. Death Squared, July 13th. And I and Me, July 13th. I don't know what those are, but those are the only things in the release window. Storycraft Mind Mode, a Telltale series complete adventure. That's the first Mind Story. July 18th on Switch.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
yeah. And now for the PC. What the fuck? Wild Guns Reloaded. Coming out on PC July 11th. Is this what I think it is? Wild Guns, is that old arcade game? Or I'm thinking Point Blank. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Wild Guns is a Super Nintendo game.
Okay. So what? Okay, sure. Wild Guns Reloaded for PC, July 11th.
Really? Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wild Guns Reloaded. Okay. So I'm so confused.
Yeah, it's coming out July 11th on PC.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks just like a remastered version of the SNES game. Huh.
So, Craft Series Mind Story Mode 2 Seasons, The Telltale Experience is coming July 11th to PC. Yeah, sure. Girls and Quiz coming July 11th to PC.
Yep.
Dracula's Library, July 12th.
Sounds good.
If you want to know what Dracula likes to read,
Mm-hmm.
you can
Pretty
go
curious.
there. You can ask him. I'm pretty sure there's War and Peace, but Peace is just scratched out. And he actually likes a lot of Bibles. He likes reading the Bible. It's odd. Infiltration, July 13th, coming to PC. Oh, Laseronium, The Line, July 13th to PC. Behind These Eyes is also coming out July 13th on PC. Oh, wait. I thought this was QWOP was coming to PC July 14th, but it's QOP, so I don't think it's the QWOP I thought it was. If you look QUOP, you get an amazing game, and it's Flash, where you're playing a runner, and those buttons, QUOMP, each control a different segment of legs. You're lucky if you get to run 3 feet. It's great. Everyone should play the actual QWOP.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, that would be so fucking weird if they were reselling that game.
Fucking QWOP.
Like,
from
a Flash game to a fucking full price title. Well,
yeah.
To a
look
price
at Super
title.
Meat Boy.
Well, yeah.
Look
I
at
guess.
World of Goo.
Yeah.
Like there's a precedent for that, and I wouldn't be shocked if QWOP suddenly came up in our
The QWOP Olympics. It's just like all the fucking different Olympic games.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Actually, they did make a sequel, and it was called Clop, and you played a horse.
Oh Jesus.
Yes.
It was a little easier because you had 4 legs.
Yeah.
Survival Tycoon is coming out July 14th for PC. I guess manage all your survival. Yeah, there's not really anything of value coming to PC.
Thank God you're done with that list.
I don't think I am.
No.
After Grinder.
No. I'm
Let's
done.
do this.
Done. For fuck's sake. Jesus.
A to Z, baby. Fucking.
Luniform. And that'll be the last one, July 18th. Actually, this list is killing my computer. Everything has stopped responding.
Good.
Glorious.
Good. That's a sign. It's a sign to fucking stop.
Well, it started as a joke, but I continue to do it because it just highlights how much fucking garbage is on PC. Man, and it's only PC. Everything else has a small, succinct list. Yeah, there's a lot of weird indie shit on Xbox and PlayStation that I've never heard of. But on PC, it's all fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Until occasionally something small pops up. Like, what's that game from E3? That's the roguelite Zelda. The roguelite Zelda.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, it's like
shit.
Little something.
I can't think of it right now off the top of my head.
Like, that looks really fucking cool. And it came out of goddamn nowhere.
Yeah.
And I really wish a lot more games were like that.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, we get fucking QWOP.
QWOP.
However you fucking pronounce it.
Right.
And it makes me really upset. I'm actually looking for that job. That job. That game right now.
I am too.
Because it looks really good.
God damn it.
Hairfall Minute.
Right now.
Oh, fuck. Nidhogg 2 is still coming out this year. I forgot about that.
Fuck. I'm on their site right now of like the company, but they're not, weirdly enough, not showing off the game that they had. So
Weird.
the Swords of Ditto.
Thank you. Swords of Ditto. Like, that fucking game looks fucking awesome. And it didn't get any coverage
Yeah.
at E3. Like, it got a quick stinger in, like, one demo reel.
Mm.
I think it was at the PlayStation conference.
Mm.
Also, we'll put it out there. One of your buddies worked on it.
Yeah.
To full disclosure, he worked on the art, arguably the biggest draw to that game.
The animation. He worked on the
Well,
animation.
Still, the animation is really fucking good in that game.
Yes.
I'm shocked to hear people like Vice is talking about it a lot. They're like, "Yeah, Swords of Ditto. That game looks fucking kick ass."
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
GameSpot has, like, they talked
I know
about
a guy
it,
who
bit about
knows
it.
a guy.
Yep, pretty much.
So yeah, great. Let's just keep an eye out for good indies and not shit that I highlight most of the time.
Right.
Well, thanks for joining us. I think that'll do it.
No
for us.
emails or questions. I mean, that's cool.
Oh,
I guess we
shit,
could just
I
ignore
forgot.
our fucking
Oh
audience,
my
I
God,
guess.
emails.
You son of a bitch.
Stupid son
Let's
of
send
a...
email.
God
We haven't done this
damn
in a
it.
week. I'm totally out of
What the fuck?
God damn
emails.
it.
Send them to utterlygeek@gmail.com. That's
You're just thinking about dicks too much.
Yep.
G33k.
There we go.
That's
Now we've come
GT.
full circle.
That's utterlyg33k@gmail.com.
Nope.
Send them there. We'll answer them here. We didn't receive any,
All right.
so no love lost there. However, I apologize to those of you listening live. If you asked any questions, did they ask any questions?
None notably to anything that we were discussing or future questions. So no.
So then why you make such a fucking shit about it?
So people like not know we're acknowledging them.
At least
Darren.
I
Listen,
remembered that
dick.
there were
Send
fucking.
them.
At least I remembered that we had to do a segment. God damn it.
ERLYG33K.
This is why people don't want to listen to our fucking show.
If you send them there, we will answer them here at the end of the show. Also, you can listen to us live at twitch.tv/CPTWally. We should talk about branding and making that align with everything else. However, currently,
Well,
that's where we've been live streaming from.
yeah.
But that's a discussion for us to have behind the scenes.
Yes.
No, pay
No,
no
let's
mind.
do it now.
Fuck it. Let's extend
Right
this
now,
episode another
goddammit,
half an
let's
hour.
Hash this shit out.
Pay no
Throw some
mind.
dick jokes in there.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
And then we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
So that'll I think that'll do it now for this week. We've gone through them.
Nice. Yes.
I will be absent next week. I've got some traveling I need to be doing.
Mhm.
So I leave the show in your hands. This is my fragile
Gonna
baby.
do something way different. Yes.
Hey man, Steve just got Battlegrounds. We're gonna be talking about that
Dude.
shit like all of next week, man.
Yes.
Man. Yeah, we're gonna have to
some
roll a
ideas.
squad.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Oh,
will.
man, yeah, they were talking about on Vice Gaming a really interesting take on squad-based play.
Mm,
They're calling it Major Winters mode.
okay.
So you team up in a squad, and instead of trying to stick together, you separate yourselves as far as you can from each other and try to meet up later on in the game.
Huh.
It leads to more interesting stories.
All right. I can see that.
So I would like to try this mode. It's
sure.
kind of a house mode that they developed. But first, we should play as a squad.
Yes, I agree.
Yep. All right. So we will talk to you. Well, these two assholes will talk to you next week. I will see you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining. We'll see you next time. Toodles.
Bye-bye.
Woo.